Your reading. I'm going to tune in and read the field for you, just settling in. So you can as well, you may want to grab a beverage or just get comfortable. I'm going to be here for a half hour approximately. So I've prayed, I've cleansed my space, and I'm pretty much set up. So let's see what's going on. Okay, I think that's enough. So we've got the Chariot, Star, Page of Cups, Five of Swords. Underneath the Two of Cups, Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and two clarifying cards, Nine of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Well, the basis of this reading, the foundation of this reading is basically an energy of feeling stable and secure within a partnership, within a relationship, within a connection. It doesn't have to be defined, but yeah, the connection in itself, if you label it as something, I'm going to use connection as like an umbrella term. It's just what it is identified by is a stable energy, meaning you feel secure. You feel like you can be yourself, you don't have to perform, you're held in a way, like the person can hold space for you, can hold space for your emotions, and vice versa. So that's the foundation of this reading. While this is occurring, it somewhat looks like this connection or this experience of a stable and secure foundation within a relationship. Again, it doesn't have to be defined, it can be from a few weeks to a few months to longer, but there's not really, again, I just want to repeat what stands out is that there's a very stable energy. So it looks like this is preparation, is preparing you for your actual divine love, divine match. Husband or wife for some of you, again, whatever label feels comfortable for you or you tend to use to describe this energy, I'll leave that up to you, but I can just tell you that what is interesting, the first dynamic or the first connection I'm picking up on, the one that is stable and secure, it doesn't interfere with where you're headed, and it doesn't feel like a placeholder either. You know how sometimes what can happen is, if you're not moving towards the person you generally want to be with, or with the person you feel the deepest bond with, sometimes entanglements happen or energies creep in that you somewhat use as a buffer and a placeholder, but that's not at all what I'm getting. It really looks like preparation. It looks like a relationship, a person, a connection coming in for the time being to prepare you for the actual thing. It's part of preparation. It's part of you being able to hold this Two of Cups energy when it does appear or when you are ready to receive it. So with the Star and the Eight of Cups, all in all, it looks like there are shifts undergoing within your relationship template. And I've actually done a reading on this already, which I might link below so you can read that, watch that as an extension if you feel drawn in and you feel like you can relate to this. There's a lot of healing occurring, and again, I'm getting that a specific person that apparently momentary showing up is as well adding to this. It's like they're helping you move on from certain disappointments. Also, again, here I'm hearing the word rewiring, when there's been traumatic experiences or you have had a baseline of relationships being a certain type of way, specifically unsafe or just hurtful and harmful to you. This is why it looks like there's there's a space in between spending time with a person, the foundation being secure and stable without there needing to be a label or a time span. Like it doesn't feel restrictive, it feels expansive. It feels like you can open up, or you may even sense your heart thawing, or you may suddenly feel like You can forgive someone for the way they have treated you. Part of this healing energy, basically. And I am getting this needs to occur so that when this divine match, when you align with this, there's less baggage that you're taking with you. Because it just looks like from the cards, this specific reading is showing me that I'm talking to someone, or the energy that I can read for you is one of being prepared for what you truly wish and desire. So that, of course, can also come up with the current connection. You may already know, or you may already sense, okay, this is not my ultimate wish fulfillment, or it's not the person I want to end up with for good. But for now, you can recognize there's a healing quality, and they have come in for a reason. It's also reminding me of a Patreon reading. It was titled, a newer, lighter energy coming in, but can you receive it? So those of you on Patreon may want to watch that, as well as an extension to what is coming through here. Next, moving on, I have a Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles with the Five of Swords and the Four of Cups. Yeah, it looks like the death of cycles where you need to suffer, and where you need to suffer to learn certain lessons. So whether you've manifested this or you've set this intention specifically, like you don't want to have to learn through suffering anymore, you want to learn it through joy and through ease, it looks like this is somewhat of the turning point where you get to experience what it's like having a certain amount of time with this person without it needing to be defined, recognizing the healing energies for what it is, or recognizing what its purpose is without needing to define it as something long-term, or without having to define it as this is my destiny, this is my forever person. Like, that's what's really specific here. The current connection, the one with where I was describing to you how I feel it as a stable and secure connection, is it truly needs very mature two people to be able to relate this way with each other. It's not common for two to be able to spend time with each other without there needing to be a fixed outcome. And it just looks like with the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles that this as well is teaching you something. It's teaching you about how you can relate with a person, or how we can relate with one another without them needing to be like fixed outcomes that can really obscure and somewhat water down, or even tread on what certain connections are meant to be. Some connections are really meant to be, a catalyst or a transformer, or someone that brings stability and security, so that can become your new baseline and your new template without them needing to stick around forever. It like relieves pressure, and it gives space for the connection to really be what it is meant to be, and nothing more, and not more. And the chewing gum is like falling apart in my mouth. It's not tasting good at all. Yuck. Okay, I'm gonna still take another one because I feel like chewing on something. I mean, the Nine of Swords is still a card that has slipped out, so some of this, or some of what is coming through, may be sort of difficult at times for you to recognize, again, because maybe relationships as well, relationship templates can also come from us being brainwashed, so to speak, whether it's from your parents, from your peers, from the environment. Not one person will have the same relationship as the other. Not one person will go about relationships the same way as another does. So this is as well where I'm just getting this it just looks like exploring and discovering what works for you without it needing to be understood by other people. And that is really important here, because if you were not to do that, you may kind of slip into dynamics that may look good on paper but don't feel good. So part of this reading is really you moving forward, or you moving toward what generally feels good. Hence, like, again, why prior to the next person or your wish fulfillment, having an experience of what it means to be held, or what it means to be in a container, like in a connection with a person, without it being defined, yet still feeling secure and stable. That's like, for some of you, that's gonna feel like groundbreaking. And if you were to explain it, or describe it to another person, or to friends, or to family, they may not understand how that is possible, because they may not be capable of. And that's also a distinction that needs to be recognized, and apparently it's important for you to acknowledge that this is the way you can relate with someone. This is how it works for you, what feels good for you. It doesn't need to be understood by anyone else, especially if the person is on board, and it becomes a topic between the two of you. But I just get this strong feeling that it being undefined, and it may be also something you talk about or you remind each other of. And it does feel like, the reason I'm saying not everyone may be able to experience it the way that you do, or even understand it, it does come down, I do feel like I'm picking up on someone who loves their freedom, like freedom loving, not wanting to be tied down, or not wanting to be tied down by the wrong person, yet still seeing the value of being able to connect with a person, or experience a person, or experience a period or chapter with a person, again, without it needing to be defined, without it needing to be endgame. Can you clarify the Five of Swords and the Four of Cups? Ace of Wands sideways, the Empress. Yeah, there may be the time this dissolves, or at the time this connection or the energy between the two of you dissolves, will come when you're ready to choose something different. And I'm sensing this will happen very organically. This is also part of this chapter that you are in with a person, apparently. It being undefined, yet still making you feel safe and secure and stable, is very special. Like, I don't know if I ever picked up on a connection like this, to be honest. Like, it's very special to be able to experience this, and that's why maybe why Spirit wants a whole reading to be put out on this, because I keep feeling the need to tell you that others do not need to understand it. Others don't need to understand why did she or he choose him or her. Like, the dating world, or relationships in general, like that world, can be like, people love commenting on other people's lives. And for some reason, that is a factor that keeps coming up as well, because with the Ace of Wands sideways, you may not be the classic. There's something like distinct about this connection of either you don't look like a perfect couple, or you don't look like you belong together. Again, you may pick up on this, like you may pick up on other people's judgments and other people's disbelief or misunderstanding and misinterpretation of what you're living. And it's important that you don't let that get to your head, because it can get to your head, and it looks like it could lead to you cutting someone or something off, or someone off, before it has, like, it's not ruled its course, but like cutting it off before it has taken its course. I'm getting that sense, like that word, but I don't know, it has run its course. Because this is not meant to end in upset and in like tears. It's a chapter that will naturally run its course, and it doesn't look like there's a need to end it prematurely. Like, if that would happen, it looks like it would come from outside interference. And I am hearing like there's a protective energy between like the two of you. And to be fair, this Two of Cups energy has been like on the side. I don't feel this current, and that also showing me that this is like a step, that what you're experiencing right now with a person is a stepping stone towards this Two of Cups energy. But it's like you're not there yet, and you're not meant to be there yet, because apparently you do have some, not only healing, another word for healing can be integrating certain disappointments so they don't hijack you anymore, don't hijack your mind or your body, but there's been a release of it. There's been a release of the past even, so that you can move forward confidently, knowing as well and trusting that you do make the right choices, because that's where the interference can hijack you. Like, interference can always make you feel like you're doubting yourself, or you need to doubt yourself, or you need to just doubt the choices that you are making. And it's not so much about, having to fight that off, but just becoming very secure and solid within your own being. And recognizing that you are capable of choosing right for you. Again, even if right means a few days, a few weeks, a few months, like this is where you start choosing from a place of being embodied, when you reach that state, like that place. And if you feel like you kind of struggle with that process, and you would like just to be part of a space where others are dealing with the same energies and are moving through the same stuff, then the Patreon could really be a great place for you as well, to address certain aspects of what still isn't working for you. But it really, what is standing out, or what apparently you need to know for now, or will be important for you down the line, is that don't let others deter you from having an experience, having a chapter, or enjoying a connection with someone for the time being. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone but you and the person. Two of Pentacles. So this is what I mean. It looks like there may come a natural, like one connection will naturally run its course, and I'm seeing a sort of crossing between this current connection, which is secure, stable, is bringing like a sense of security and stability, and then the Two of Cups, like the one, or who you would consider the one, or who you may feel like, oh, this is my divine partner, like this is who I am meant to be building with, and I'm meant to be with long term, because that's not the same as of that's why the distinction is important as well. So what I'm seeing here is that it could just one will naturally run its course, and like as if you're getting, and then the other one comes and takes you by the hand. I saw it as a vision, like you being walked down the aisle even, and then one person giving you over to the next person, without, amicably, without any tears, without any like attachment issues, without any, oh, but you belong to me, I belong to you. No, just a clean cut. And that as well is going to be a very healing experience for some of you, or for those of you that are relate to the reading and resonate, or have exactly this going on. It's going to be very healing to feel this like non-ownership over you, like you're not someone's possession. You for one have a choice itself, but also the whole spread in itself feels very, I keep wanting to say like natural. It is like a fluidity to it that is not man-made, or is not, there's no like pretending or performance. It's just very, yeah, it's fluid. There's a sense of flow, there's a sense of, yeah, that's what I mean with this. I'm getting not questioning too much, like not being too much in your head about it, overthinking, because if that happens, it's a sign that you could be getting influenced by interference, like we already touched upon. But there's this fluidity to it, and the fluidity comes when you can allow it as well. And it's referencing the Patreon reading, the most recent one, the new moon reading, solar eclipse energy, very much touches on this topic as well, of coming out of your head and moving into your body, and then making choices from being tuned into your body, which will be very different than the ones that come when you're constantly overthinking, you're constantly worrying, you're constantly like preemptively trying to control a situation. Like that is a very more tense and rigid energy than what is unfolding here, where I am getting it's more, yeah, like I said, fluidity, flow. There's like natural endings and natural beginnings. I'm liking this. It really is like, I just heard "Hey Yo Cowboy." The Sun, 6 of Wands. Yeah, you're meant to enjoy relationships as well, and for some reason it's phrased exactly like this, and which is signifying or showing me that exactly may have not been your experience. Certain relationships, or most relationships, may not have been enjoyable, may have caused a lot of disappointment, like we already touched upon, that is being addressed and is being healed and integrated through having an experience that is like rewiring your system and showing you that you are capable of having having joy, playful energy, laughter, humor. I'm also getting authenticity is big here, like just being able to show up as you are, not having to think about the way you show up, basically. Like I said, no performing. It's not about posturing, it's not about status, it's not about how much money do you have in the bank, what can you offer me, what can I offer you. It's simply coming down to two people wanting to enjoy each other's company for as long as it feels good, or for as long as it is like there's a sense of flow and fluidity, and then both can trust when the natural ending comes that you can release each other without attachment. So it is high level. This is high level. This is a high level way of relating. That's as well what I'm getting is not something everyone will get to experience, or not something everyone is capable of experiencing the way you are apparently. And it does, like, fluidity is constantly coming up. Fluidity and freedom as well to some degree, because it's this innate energy, like the initial energy I picked up on, where there's a foundation that is very secure and stable. It doesn't feel limiting. And that's what I mean. There's no, it could be that it's not non-exclusive, like you never have to talk about it being exclusive, because that's not the reason why you are sharing or being in each other's company, again, for the time being. So this can also speak of that you already knowing there's naturally going to be like an ending that comes. Let me see if I can get a bit more. Yeah, this too wise. Like, you're both wise in your own way, and you're wise, and like your wisdom exceeds your age is what I heard. But this can also speak of having conversations, like really being in each other's company and enjoying each other's company, whether it's with conversation or without, it feels so natural. Like whatever this connection is that I'm tapping into, it feels so natural to be around each other. That's what was really standing out to me. Like there's this, yeah, it just feels natural and free, like free to be within each other's space. It's really beautiful, and that in itself is giving like a sort of anchoring, like it's an anchoring energy, but it's anchoring in a way that it doesn't feel like attachment, and that's what's really special. Especially for those of you that are gonna watch the YouTube reading around changing your template, your relationship template. We want to go more into attachment theory there, if I'm not mistaken. And there's also, yeah, like just expanding each other's horizons, learning about each other's experiences, how one moves through the world, how the other moves through the world, and sharing like wisdom, like dropping gems with each other. It feels like two that, yeah, it just seems like you came together at the right time, instead of being upset over, okay, an ending is already imminent, or we know that we're not each other's forever person, but for now we can still, yeah, share this space together, like be present with each other. And also what seems really fluid, or like again what I'm picking up on this flow, is communication, like being able to openly communicate, which also adds to this like it feeling secure and stable, and apparently is also going to help when you align with this Two of Cups energy, where that is going to be, it's going to be very apparent what you're learning with the current person that you will be bringing into the next relationship. Again, I'm getting a sense of it. It's like thawing your heart and opening your heart in a way that you then can even receive the Two of Cups. Again, it just feels like a stepping stone, but not a placeholder. And that's what is really distinct and really special about what I'm reading for you, what I'm picking up on. And also like being patient with each other, not needing to rush each other. I feel like this is not part of the reading. This is something different that I may touch upon in the other reading, but this doesn't feel like part. These cards I just pulled don't feel part of this reading, and they're just foreshadowing what may be the next topic we can address. But yeah, for now, really enjoy this. You know, just keep in mind that if you start overthinking or doubting, that it may not all be coming from you, that you could really be picking up on interference. And oftentimes it's also good to just keep things private, certain things private, especially. This is just friendly advice. You don't have to do anything you don't want to, but it can be, yeah, a good idea to keep certain things between you and the person you are relating with, and it not needing to be broadcasted, and, you know, letting everyone in on it who then bring their own opinions, and, you know, certain family members that may want to see you getting married or may want to see you settling down, and you already know this is not who it will be with, but how do you explain that we're still like enjoying each other's company? You know, it just gets messy. It can get really messy. It can fuck with your head. It can make you doubt your decisions. That's what interference is at the end of the day. Like, so with that said, you've gotten advice as to how you can avoid that, so that you can really just reap the benefits of this, and trust that, yeah, it's just occurring exactly. I'm hearing cyclical. There's some like cyclical, I don't know what to do with that word, whether this type of connection comes every few cycles. I don't really know what to do with that word, but I heard it, so I shared it. I wanted to share it with you. May make more sense to you. But yeah, there's just this natural, okay, cyclical is also very like like a wheel of fortune energy, like with it going round and round, and when a wheel turns round and round, there's a constant cycle of someone popping on top of the wheel, it dropping off, and then a new one appearing. So that is what came through strongly as well. This like non-attachment to outcomes is what allows you to experience something like this. So yeah, enjoy it. I will be back soon. I will see some of you over on Patreon, and thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, leave a comment if you want to share your experience or how this resonates with you, and yeah, spread the word so it can reach who it needs to. Right, all the best.